Everyone talks about inflation. Politicians say greedy corporations. Corporations say supply chains. Economists talk about target rates as if they are discussing the weather. But let's simplify it. Inflation is having to pay 120 tomorrow for something that costs 100 today. It is the gradual erosion of your purchasing power. The dollar in your pocket, the euro in your bank, the lira in your hand, over time, they lose value. And this is not an accident. The system is designed this way. Why does inflation happen? We can explain it in two ways. For centuries, economists defined inflation like this. Inflation equals an increase in the money supply. If a government prints too much money or banks create excessive credit, more money enters the market. But if the amount of goods and services stays the same, what happens? Too much money chases too few goods. Result: the value of money falls. In the 20th century, the definition changed. Inflation began to be described as an increase in consumer prices. This shifted responsibility away from monetary policy. Now the problem became food prices or fuel prices. But cause and effect are still connected. If money increases, prices rise. If prices rise, your salary feels smaller. That's inflation. Interest rates, the gas and brake pedals. Think of interest rates like a car's gas and brake pedals. If inflation rises too much, central banks hit the brake. Interest rates increase. Credit becomes expensive. Spending decreases. Inflation is cooled down. If the economy slows, they hit the gas. Interest rates fall. Credit becomes cheaper. Spending increases. In theory, balance. In practice, your money is constantly shaped by decisions you didn't vote for. Is zero inflation possible? Theoretically, yes. If the money supply and production grow at the same rate, prices can remain stable. But central banks don't want that. Most openly target 2% inflation. Why? So people don't hoard money under their mattresses. So government debt shrinks over time. Because of fear of deflation. In other words, the system considers it normal for your money to lose a little value every year. This is not a mistake. It's policy. Historical examples. Ancient Rome. In the Roman Empire, there was a silver coin called the denarius. At first, it was pure silver. It was trusted. But as wars increased, emperors reduced its silver content. From the outside, it looked the same. Inside, it held less value. People noticed. Prices rose. Trust weakened. This was hidden inflation. Spain and the silver flood. In the 16th century, Spain brought tons of silver from the Americas, especially from the Potosi mines. Money in circulation suddenly increased. But production did not rise at the same speed. Result: prices across Europe rose for nearly a century. It even has a name, the price revolution. Money multiplied. Life became more expensive. Weimar Germany, inflation out of control. In the early 1920s, the Weimar Republic couldn't pay its war reparations. The solution? Print money. At first, it seemed to work. Then things spiraled out of control. In 1923, a loaf of bread cost billions of marks. People were paid twice a day, because by evening their wages had lost value. Banknotes were burned as fuel. Life savings were wiped out. Debtors won. Savers were destroyed. This wasn't just an economic crisis. It was social collapse. And this environment paved the way for the rise of Adolf Hitler. More recent examples. In the 1970s, the United States abandoned the gold standard, the Nixon shock. Then came the oil crises. Inflation rose while the economy stagnated. Argentina has experienced repeated currency crises. In Zimbabwe in 2008, prices were doubling within 24 hours. What's the common thread? Inflation often begins as a solution. Then it becomes a transfer of wealth. The situation today. Today, the system treats inflation as normal. 2% may seem harmless. But 2% over 30 years means roughly half your purchasing power disappears. Who is the biggest debtor? Governments. Inflation shrinks debt. Debtors win. Savers lose. What do people do? For centuries, the answer was gold. Gold cannot be printed. It is scarce. In the digital age, Bitcoin emerged. Its supply is capped at 21 million. No one can increase it at will. Is it perfect? No. Is it volatile? Yes. But it offers one thing: a form of money designed against inflation. Conclusion: inflation is not just rising prices. It is the erosion of money's value. It is the weakening of trust. It is a silent transfer of wealth. Throughout history, it has toppled empires, overthrown governments, divided societies. And today, it is still part of our lives. If you don't understand it, the system keeps running. Your money slowly erodes. And someone profits from it. History doesn't repeat exactly. But inflation always rhymes. And if you don't hear that rhyme, you will pay the price.